begin with maybe Karan taking it away in terms of this initial thoughts around this phenomenon before we delve deeper.
So for me, downsizing is nothing but reducing the employee strength of the company to improve the financial book, that is to reduce the cost. It helps the company a lot and it is a very common business perspective. However, downsizing also has a very negative impact to the company. The motivation of the employees decreases and there's a hula hula what is happening to the company, is the company going down and stuff. So yes, downsizing is important for the company sometimes, however it creates a lot of negative impact and this is what I want to discuss about.
I was thinking, actually when I came here, I was thinking work from home is the topic. So I was mentioning that discussion तो घर से होना चाहिए, जो support में करते हैं उनके. यहाँ पे बैठ के, but now I realize the topic is downsizing. See, I come from that genre where I will not know, so in terms of people will have their perspectives, I talk about your perspective. As a candidate, as an employee, we get very scared. हम लोग कहीं पे भी जाते हैं ना तो दो चीज लेके जाते हैं, वो है भूख, एक पेट का भूख और एक दिमाग का भूख. We take hunger, brain hunger and stomach hunger. Whenever anything gets hit, we become very scared. End of the day. Downsizing is that kind of where wherever status you are a VP, you are a director, you are an engineer, you are an intern. If that hits you, it feels bad. That is the first thing. What we talk about now, there are downsizing of two types. One, it happens within the organization where सब देख रहे हैं और आपके organization में हो रहा है, where everything is happening and you are a part of the ecosystem of downsizing which is happening. Now, while we go ahead with the discussion, we'll know why it is happening internally only or why it is happening across the globe. My 2 cents is to start with downsizing. It's a very negative term. It's a total negative term, honestly. Or we have to stay away from this. While we discuss how we stay away from this, please take experts from there. That how what you can do to stay away from it, you cannot avoid it, guys. आप कुछ भी कर लो, आप इस negative term से नहीं निकल पाओगे. But what you need to do to stay away from it, I think that you need to focus upon to learning out of this.
Yes, everybody heard about the downsizing or the right sizing, and is it inevitable? Every company goes through. The specific reason is the business world out there is highly competitive. Whether we like it or not, we have to be there. And the other companies are growing and we cannot be left behind and we have to compete with them. And the companies start basically investing and the investors keep pumping the money into the industry. And it builds up a momentum, and after some time they realize they may not be making enough profit. And it hits a tipping point and then one company makes the decision and then everybody starts following it up. That's what we see the cycles, right? We saw it in 2002, we saw it in 2008, and then we saw it this time. Now, for the companies, they have to go through periodically, it is a cyclical, they go through this kind of a cycle. And is it the mistake of the company? Sometimes it is the mistake of the company, or the decision making was not proper. In many cases, they have to be there, otherwise they will not even survive in some cases. Now, when they have to right size it, when it comes to a point where everybody keeps questioning the company about the profitability and the growth of the company, they have to make the decision, and when the other big company makes the decision, sometimes it becomes easy for the other companies to follow them and justify it. Now, that's for the company. Now, for the employees, it is really very, very difficult. Especially, it also depends on the culture. Right? Now, in US and all, it is accepted. People getting laid off and the companies closing, and everybody takes it as basically a business decision. But in the context of India, now, especially in the society environment, if somebody is removed from the employment and all, they consider it as a very bad, and still we may have to go a long way to accept that these are all part of business which happens. And that is the difficult part probably which everybody should be prepared. And there are certain ways where you can overcome that one and you will be able to easily find the alternative. Specifically, if you are confident and if you are good in terms of your skill set, and most of the time you don't have to worry, the businesses will make its own decision, will still have the opportunity to survive in that environment. But as we keep discussing, I think we'll come across some of those aspects so that It happens, and we have to discover how to basically survive in this world.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Yeah, thanks for giving me this opportunity. So, I believe we have gone through the what is meant by downsizing as well as what is meant by right sizing. So, as sir mentioned, the downsizing is totally negative as well as the worst for me, like me, as well as you for youngster who was going to begin their career in corporate field. Okay, downsizing normally happens due to one major reason, that is cost saving, cost reduction. Okay, and so as a HR or as an HR perspective, I would like to say, so we should focus on our skills, competency, and capabilities. So we among a few employees, if we are more competitive and competent employee, so no our senior, no boss, and no leadership can decide to downsize like a more competitive employee. So I would like to say we should focus on building skill, competencies, and capabilities. So one more thing. So as a HR person, normally me as well as my friends discuss, do you know what is downsizing? Do you have knowledge of downsizing? Normally HR heads who is recruiting new HR person, they are also asking, do we have any background or any knowledge or any concept about what is downsizing? So as sir mentioned, big tech industries are taking these kinds of actions. Means horizontally, this may be happen across the world in India as well.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. Nice to see you all. Around 200 participants are there. So you like what to know from HR perspective on downsizing. So I am not from HR. I am from a technical side. So I may have to give you a different perspective, right? Yeah. So the downsizing, the topic came because many big tech companies has already done it. So they laid off many people, like companies like Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon. So all major names are doing it. So why they are doing it? So since I have given this topic, so I have gone through a lot of journals on it. So everything is available in Google. So like after the study, they have come up with 2-3 points. So the first point is like, there is an assumption like most of the newcomers will be laid off. But in this case, it's not the case. So the average age after study, they have found out like 11.5 years is the average age of laid off employees. Like around 10,000 employees are laid off from each of these companies. Even Indian startups are doing it. So Indian startups, the average age may be different. So this is the first case. And the second thing, they have found out like the percentage of employees from different departments. And they found out like 28% is from HR. The laid off happened from HR, it is around 28%. So remaining 72 is from the tech side of the story. So HR, there is a reason, because US and Europe are going through recession, just waiting for recession. So everyone is preparing for recession. So there may not be much recruitments for maybe next 2-3 years. And you know, like AI has come up like anything. In Amazon, this employee performance appraisal is done through AI. So they have a system they have developed, and where they do the scrutiny of employees. And for new recruiters also, they have AI for all these things. So in India also, people are working on it. So there will be a reduction in all those areas. But like as you know, lot of new jobs are also coming up. In India, if you see, this may not be the right topic to discuss today, because India is growing at around 6% in GDP. India is just now, this is the 5th economic, if you see the economy is ranked, India is 5th. The first is US, then China, then Japan is there, and Germany. So India is 5th, with 3 trillion around. Now India is aiming for 5 trillion by 2030. We may achieve it by 2028 also. So that's the expectation. So the growth planned is around 6 to 8%. So this happened even after COVID. Like COVID, everyone was expecting like there will be a huge reduction. Yeah, we had a negative GDP growth during that time. But immediately after that, immediately after COVID, yeah, it was like in 2020. In 2021 and 2022, the growth is around 6 to 7% in GDP. The recent budget also, if you see, there is a lot of emphasis given for the future growth. Like if you see the infrastructure development which India is planning, last year they have planned for 7.5 lakh crore investment. This year it increased to 10 lakh crore investment. So 10 lakh crore investment you can assume. Like it will be like, this is the investment by the government, capital outlay, but the equal amount or maybe the triple amount, triple is the normal calculation, will be done by the private companies also. So the chunk of investment which is going to come up in next year will be around 14 lakh crores. Because infrastructure development means we are from Tata Hitachi. So we are into construction segment. So we are manufacturing construction equipments, supplying for all these development for India. Our motto is Chalo Desh Banaya. So we are building the nation. So the nation has just started building. Yeah, we have started for a very long, we started from very long back, but slowly we are building the nation. So the potential for us is huge. And the technology is coming into every sector if you see. Like since we are from manufacturing, I'll tell you the industry 4, you all might be knowing it, the IoT, Internet of Things. So which is adding a lot of values to our processes. But there is no job reduction as such. So there actually, if you see, the AI we can use it for improving our processes like production planning, the loss which is there in the shop floor, and the quality defects identification. So all those things we are improving the product. So there is a huge potential for export also. So with this, I'll continue during the discussion the remaining things. Thanks for giving me the opportunity, and back to Vinod sir.
Awesome, folks. So again, just my thoughts on this topic. Okay, it's a very interesting topic. A lot of facets and perspectives from different directions.